This is Gypsy Root here, sitting in my living room, and I'm hanging out with Cello Joe, who's been a musician for 20 years now, and has been working in music since 2006, and he's here to give advice to the newest music management professional on the block, Gypsy Root the Fearless. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Well, I thought maybe we might just get into the vibe, and if you want to play something, anything, we can just hang out.
I play alternative cello, and I mix cello with beatboxing, and it sounds something like this.
That was totally Groove Town. Thanks, Cello Joe.
You're welcome.
So you and I were kind of chatting earlier over breakfast, and I was really vibing on this concept of being a connector and the importance of networking in music. Do you think you could just kind of rehash the concept for me?
Yeah, I think that in music it's like they say in most business, it's all about who you know. And the example I gave was you might contact 100 venues on an email asking for a gig, and you might get one gig out of the 100 people that you contact. But if you have 20 friends that are plugged into the scene, you can ask them for a gig, and you might get 5 of them that actually follow through and get a gig for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important to network and meet the right people. Meet people that can make decisions about whether your band's going to play at their spot or not.
Mm-hmm. When you you said that you started your career in music in 2006. Did you live here in San Francisco?
I've kind of been traveling in and out of the San Francisco Bay Area a lot since 2006. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah and no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Right on. Did you feel like you were starting from scratch when you were building a network? I mean, how, like...
No.
No?
Not at all. I mean, the people that I played with and that I had in my band, I had a lot of different bandmates that would switch in and out depending on who could make it to the gig.
Oh.
So some of those people were from high school friends. Some of them were people I'd met from playing on the street. It was just a lot of... I already knew a lot of people as far as musicians went.
Mm.
As far as booking and getting gigs at venues, that took a little longer because I had to first get my foot in the door at some places, and then once I had already played there, I could get a gig there again because they'd seen me, they knew what I was about. And a lot of times when I was playing at a particular place I booked a gig, I would meet other people that wanted to have me play at other places.
Mm. Mhm. So, you mentioned earlier that your mailing list has several hundred people on it at this point.
762.
Am I on there? Right.
I don't know.
We should find out.
Okay.
Maybe it's 763.
It might be.
Well, I know that, like, the size of your mailing list or your draw are like metrics that people in the business use to kind of, I don't know, try and define, quote, what level you're at.
Mhm.
I kind of have a vague sense of what that means, but I do want to ask you, like, maybe that's irrelevant, but how would you define the next level for you? Like, what does that mean? What does that look like?
The next level for me, and the next step in my musical business evolution, is a multi-pronged approach towards getting more listeners and fans and people that want to come out to my shows.
Mhm.
It's like I'm working on booking festivals, bigger shows, where I'm just playing on a side stage or something.
Mhm.
So I have a couple of those in mind that I've had some good responses back from, and also expanding into more niche markets, like doing children's music, because I have lots of facets of what I do. Like I do the beatboxing cello thing, but I also do an old time sort of blues country style, or I do covers, like old covers from the 20s and 30s,
Mhm.
jug band sort of stuff. And then I also do kids music. And I also do classical music, because I was trained as a classical cellist. So I think the next evolution for me is branching out into higher paying gigs.
Right on.
Like, for instance, I played at a cannabis dispensary, and I got paid $400 for a 2-hour performance.
Nice.
So, I mean, that's like really the kind of gigs that I need to take it to the next level business-wise. So I want to play at corporations for their annual meetings, or for the lunch hour. They have certain events. I want to do that. I want to play at more schools. I recently played at a school in Berkeley, and it was really fun, and it was really rewarding, and I also got paid.
Nice.
So schools, businesses, I want to start getting more wedding gigs, like put together a classical quartet.
Cool.
Because I play on the street a fair amount, and people are always coming up to me and asking me if I can do this or do that. So.
Yeah, you're just kind of following the market, and it's like just following what's coming to you. That's smart.
And I would say another thing that I really need to do is come out with a really professional CD that really represents what I do. Because I have a few CDs, like I have one that I recorded at Expressions for free with the students there, and it's pretty good, but it's not the best that it could be.
Yeah.
And so another goal that I have is to settle down with a computer and a keyboard and my cello, and just put in a lot of hours recording and getting better at recording, and come out with a self-produced, super awesome record.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that I've been meaning to do for years, but I've been really busy traveling and haven't had time to settle down to get it done.
What do you think what's the value of doing that? I mean, you could just kind of keep on keeping on what you're doing, traveling, playing gigs. Why are you most excited about that goal of laying down like a good representation of you and your sound?
Because it will help me get better gigs.
For sure.
It'll help me have a more professional web presence. And I think if it's something that I really take a lot of pride and take a lot of time in, and make something that I really craft and really care about, it will give me the impetus to submit it for getting reviewed and to fully release it and stuff. And like right now, all of the CDs that I have are not technically fully released. They don't have a barcode. They're not scanned. They're just, I just had them printed at a company that made like 500 copies of each one, and then they don't have any packaging. They're just printed on disc with the art, which was a conscious choice because I'm trying to minimize the weight, because I'm doing bike tours with cello.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't need to be carrying around cardboard packages for CDs. So I just put them in plastic sleeves. But I'm really excited about it because I feel like what I do is really unique and really original, and that I have a lot of really important things to say in my lyrics, and I want as many people to hear them as possible.
Yeah.
And the way that I see that happening is coming out with something really, really good.
Yeah.
Sounds really good. That appeals to a wide, broad audience. And to have it go viral, to have it be so good that people are just the first thing they do when they hear it is they tell their friends about it. They say, yo, check it out, just go listen on the website. And then I want those people to listen to it and be like, damn, this is so good, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to spend $10 so that I can put it on my iPod and carry it around and listen to it while I'm on the bus or when I'm driving in my car or whatever. Because nowadays the music industry and like buying CDs is just, it's changing so rapidly. People aren't even buying CDs anymore, they're just buying stuff on iTunes.
Yeah.
So the whole physical CD, buying a CD at a show is starting to go away, and there's just little cards with a little download code, and you give them your money and you get a little card and then you download it off the internet. And it's kind of cool because if people really, really like some music and they really respect it, then they will pay for that music to have it on their computer and not just listen to it streaming. Because you can listen to all kinds of stuff free on YouTube, and people are doing that. But I know personally, I've bought my friends' CDs online when I listened to them, and I was like, damn, this is good.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll spend $10 to have this so that I can listen to it when I'm on the go.
Yeah.
And I don't have an internet connection. It's totally worth it. So that's what I'm hoping to do, is come out with something real good that a lot of people want to buy. Support my art.
Right on. That's all the questions I have for today, Cello Joe. That was awesome.
Wait. End it properly.
Okay.